Yeah. NBA Straya, how are you going? How are you going? I hope you're all right. You bloody well better be. Because, I mean, the NBA season's done. So you should be chilling out, hanging out. Or you could be like me, where you're a bit hungover, you're a bit angry, it's your birthday, and there's no bloody basketball. What are we going to talk about, Jim? I can't hear you ask. We'll find something. Don't worry about it. This is NBA Straya's Thursday, June 20. I am your host, James Clements, another year older, not another year wiser, I'll tell you. Hey, Jim, if you were a bit wiser, would you not have had 87 beers last night? Yes. God, I'm getting too... I'm just going to go full Murtaugh on this one, and I'm getting too old for this shit. You never go full Danny Glover, but I think I just did. Anyway, this is NBA Straya. And you can see my ugly mug on Fox Sports Lab NBA. You can also see it on the AFL Today show. You can also see it on the official AFL Supercoach podcast. Good times. This is episode 1118 of NBA Straya. It's a very special one. Why is that, you might ask? Well, it's not that special. It's just we want to really wrap up this final series. Just done. Just once and for all. Who won? Who lost? Well, geez, Jim, probably Boston won because they won the bloody thing. Yes, I get it. We're going to do NBA Finals winners and losers, basically, right? The Pistons also fired Monty Williams. I don't know about you, producer Gerald, but getting paid $80 million for 1 year's worth of work is pretty bloody good. I would leave myself open to that. Just saying. I mean, to be honest, I'll get to we'll talk about that later, whatever. And we've got our initial free agency and draft vibes. Not so much draft stuff yet, because we'll do that next week prior to the draft, which is over 2 days this year, which is really cool. I'm excited. So that'll basically be it. But the cool part is, on top of that, instead of nars today, what we're going to do, this one was a good one sent through by Matty O last week saying, Jim, this final series sucks. Can you rank the last 10? And I'm like, yes, I can. Just check this out. Whoppang! So I'm all over that. All right, so that's what we're going to do in today's show. Winners and losers, bit of news, and then we're going to rank the last 10 finals, and then we'll get out of your hair and just sort of set you up for a bit of free agency and gear like that. Because SIAKAM's staying with Indy, and there's some other stuff. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Episode 1118 of NBA Straya. Oh, let's go!
This is Joe Ingles, and you're listening to NBA Straya.
Watch out for the shark attack.
Why, you better. Tell you what, better watch out for the Joey Muzz attack. How good is that bloke? That dude is like, I'm a fucking NBA champion coach now, bro. I can do whatever the fuck I want, man. Check this the fuck out. I'm loving the Joey Muzz, like, just NBA champion, like, awesomeness tour. Unreal. We do have the parade coming up in the next day or two, which will be very fun for the Celtics and the Celtics fans as well. So you better watch out for the attack of drunken Boston Celtics fans probably beating the shit out of each other. There is nothing better in this world either, is there? To be honest, there is actually nothing better. I mean, they did that at the bloody watch party last week, producer Gerald. It was insane. It's like, hey, dude, no, I go for this. Wow, what did that accent? That just completely just disappeared. Dude, I go for the Celtics more. Kid, come on, more. Bang! And just like kicking the shit out of some old dude. You're like, what is going on? Celtics fans are nuts. And I love them. Anyway, let's start today's show the way we start every show here at NBA Straya with a daily to whip around. Happy birthday, Jim. Thanks, everybody. That's the real big whip around. The thing is, I'm sort of bummed out. We've got a little bit of news, which is always very nice because we won't do another show until like next week. So it's nice that they dropped a bunch of news on us today so I can actually talk about it on today's show. But outside of that, I get a bit bummed out because I'm just like, bloody hell. There have been some incredible, awesome games that have actually fallen on my birthday where I'm like lucky enough, like when we're living in the States, you get to go out, get shit tanned, watch the game during the day or into the evening. And it's bloody summer. Now I'm back to having a bloody winter birthday. I feel completely jibbed by this entire thing. I'm like, what the hell, man? I had it so good. The things you do to have kids, I guess. You know, it's just, oh, geez, we better move home so they don't get shot at school. Fuck me, dude. You're not wrong, Jim, I'll tell you. All right. So, yeah. it's kind of, I'm a bit lost, can you tell, without basketball, like just to watch all the time. I'm just a bit bummed out. But the cool thing is, I don't know, I'm not as bummed out. Well, Monty Williams is not bummed out. That dude just got paid. He's going to get paid $65 million, producer Gerald, to not coach the Detroit Pistons. You can pay me $6 million. I'll take a tenth of that to not coach the Detroit Pistons right now. Let's go. Come on, right now. I'm cheap as shit. To not coach your shit basketball team, I demand only $6.5 million. That's fucking cheap at half the price. What are we doing? Seriously. Monty Williams, you might remember him. He signed a, what was it, $78 million contract last year for 6 years to coach the Detroit basketball Pistons. And after 1 year that included a 28-game losing streak, him clearly not knowing his ass from his elbow and apparently not realizing that he had fucking Jaden Ivey on his team until the last third of the season, they went, hang on a second, fuck, when's the draft? And like somebody in charge is like, oh, fuck, that's like next week, bro. And they're like, wait, Monty's still our coach? Get him the fuck out of here. They're like, oh, that's a good point. But we do owe him a lot of money. Like Tom Gore's like, I don't fucking care. Just pay this dickhead to go away. Monty Williams, everyone loves him. And then he's just gone, you know what? I've got tenure. Fuck ya. What are you going to do? Fire me? And they did. That's incredible. Like the weirdest part is, you might go, geez, Jim, it's a bit strange that it's fucking a week before the draft. Their season ended, well, in January, basically, because their season was fucking over. Well, to be honest, it basically was done by the end of November. But the actual season finished in April. It's literally been 2 months. And they've finally gone, hang on, Monty Williams was shit last year. What the fuck are we doing? And they fired him. You might go, well, that seems very strange decision-making, and you'd be right. But the key thing is, you remember about a month ago, they brought in Trajan Langdon from, where was he, the Pelicans? So basically, they fired Troy Weaver, their GM, and it's basically just a house cleaning, right? Trajan Langdon's come in, he's like, I'm going to hang out with Monty Williams. A month later, he's like, get the fuck out of here. You, sir, are a fucking moron. So off he goes. On your, like, to be honest though, Monty Williams is like, this is awesome. The best job in the world is fired basketball coach. You are quite literally being paid an absolute fucking crap ton of money to not work. That's the dream, folks. That's the fucking dream. I love it. So, I don't know. It's not my money. I don't give a fuck. I think it's just hilarious that he was that bad last year. It literally felt like he was it was literally him daring them to fire him. Like, it was that so much coaching malpractice was going on. He's like, how about I play 5 centers? You're like, you're off your fucking rocker, mate. This is awesome. He's like, oh, I've got fucking Marvin Bagley the third, and I've got James Wiseman, and I've got Jalen Duren. Check this the fuck out. Wait, who the fuck is Jaden Ivey? And everyone's like, he's our lottery pick from like last year, Monty. And he's like, don't know him. He's like, what are you talking about? He's like the starting 2 guard. He's like, nah, never heard of him. What a lunatic. Fare thee well, Monty Williams. Fare thee well. So this does throw like a bit of a weird spanner in the works because you're like, hang on a second. This is now 3 teams that actually still need a coach, which is fucking insane because there's a week to go before the draft and free agency opens up a couple of days after that, right? So your free agency after June 30, you can negotiate with your own free agents as soon as the finals are done, which is what we're seeing. And the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Los Angeles Lakers of Los Angeles, California, and now the Detroit basketball Pistons don't have a fucking coach. Now, I'm not saying that I could not have done a better job than Monty Williams. I'm in fact saying that I could have done just as good a job as Monty Williams last year. So, hey, Jim, we need this team to lose 28 games straight. I'm like, I've got you guys. I fucking got your back. Just hand the keys over to Jim. He's got you. So I will happily coach the Los Angeles Lakers if they want me to. Rob Pelinka, the ball is in your court. Because remember, Mike Budenholzer got picked up by the Suns. Do you remember that? It was a bit weird, isn't it? The Wizards, they made interim coach, Brian Keefe, permanent. And Jordi Fernandez is now the coach of the Nets, and the Hornets grabbed Charles Lee from the Celtics. So I think they've got a 4-year contract there for him. So fun times if you're a coach. I would love nothing more than to be a fired NBA coach. Just the best job in the world. Hey, other news. Pascal SIAKAM, late of the Toronto Raptors, now of the Indiana Pacers, who made, remember, the Eastern Conference Finals when they got steamrolled by the Boston Celtics, and we went, yeah, that checks out. He's re-upping with Indiana, clearly. $189.5 million. Not a bad gig. 4 years, $190 million. Fucking hell, that's good, isn't it? They did deal 3 first-rounders to go get him, so you knew this was coming. There was this sort of idea that he might kick the tires on a little bit more outside of Indy, but I feel like there was a bit of a head nod, handshake agreement before that deal was done. Obviously, if you're going to sacrifice something without getting the extension done, you know he's going to stay. The weird thing is, OG Anunoby, there's a little bit more guff out there that he wasn't really stoked on the New York Knickerbockers of New York City's first offer for an extension, well, for a new contract for him. So there you go. But Siakam, he's off the board seemingly. The Pacers get him on a maximum, which is kind of cool. I also just fucking love that your own team can like negotiate with you before before anybody else can. Like that's cool as. That fucking rules. I love that new rule. It gives you like this sort of needed advantage to keep your dudes, which I think the NBA has probably, I don't want to say a free agency problem, because I think it's cool that you get to choose where you work. You know, that's a good thing. At the same time, I think one of the big things that we've sort of seen over the last decade is with all the player movement, people are finding it a lot harder to build attachments with teams because it's like, oh, he'll just fuck off in 4 years' time, Brooklyn Nets. And, you know, that sort of stuff is hard to overcome. And if you, like, build in some advantages to existing teams to keep their own free agents, I kind of like it. So, with that in mind, some free agency names to keep an eye on. Who's out there? I can't hear you ask. Paul George, he's got a player option. We talked about that during the finals, how we were sitting there with Joel Embiid and Kendrick Perkins, which was just weird. But still, God, he'd be good in Philly. That dude was built to be just, he's the perfect Robin. The problem is, I don't know if Embiid's a Batman. Oh, yeah, it's pretty good. I'm really good at basketball, but also I keep getting hurt all the time. Isn't that weird? You're like, yes, it is, Joel. OG Anunoby as well, free agent. The Knicks, they desperately need to keep him considering what they gave up to go get him. Malik Monk is obviously one of the best shooters out there. Fuck, he would be good on Dallas, but he's a little bit too small. So I got a couple of other names for you for Dallas. Klay Thompson. Ooh, that's a good one, Jim. Thank you. I don't know. How about Luke Kennard? It's also a pretty good one. Don't mind that if you're Dallas. Other names out there, though, the never nude, Tobias Harris. Oh, bring him back, Philly. Just make my life complete, where I can just make fun of you the entire fucking time, because it is one of the gifts that keeps on giving. Hey, Tobias, $35 million. Do you reckon he has 19 points today? He's like, 14 points. You got it, boss. It's like, no, I said 19. He's like, 14 points. You got it, boss. I'm like, fucking Tobias every damn time. DeMar DeRozan. Up for a new contract if he wants one. James Harden, same sort of vibe. Remember when James Harden was good? Fucking hell. That's weird, isn't it? It's only 2024. Geez, I don't know. Maybe, just maybe, spending more time in strip clubs than anywhere else in your entire life. You know, like on a training court, weight room, practicing. Nah, fuck it. I'm going to spend all my time in a strip club. Again, great life. Love it. Would also do that if I had the opportunity. I'm just saying. Lemon pepper wings, let's fucking roll. Also, boobs are pretty good. But at the same time, you've got this vibe with James Harden. You're like, yeah, he was always going to age pretty badly, but the drop-off has been precipitous. Good word there, Jim. Thank you. Jimmy Butler, he's still under contract. So is Spindles Ingram. So is Donnie Mitchell. But they are some other names to look at for the trade market. Josh Giddey. Obviously, we've seen people want to kick the tires on Josh Giddey and his trade value after the second-round exit for the Oklahoma City Thunder. I still think he works really fucking well on that Thunder team. I think he just needs to shoot a little bit better in that series, and they're right in it still. Anyway, other names out there. Obviously, Donnie Mitchell, whether or not he extends in Cleveland, apparently Darius Rucker, Judy Garland has gone, well, look, if you extend him, can you fucking trade me? And everyone's like, sure. Because the two of you don't seem to work fucking well together. My point is this, Donovan Mitchell, I don't know how many times I've banged on about this on the show, but in terms of like NBA players, right? Hanging out, doing their thing. I have met a few of them, over the years. And Donnie Mitchell, I'm like, you're my height. How are you? What? No. I thought you were 6'3". You're like the worst, shortest 6'3" in the fucking history of 6'3", bro. So there we go. Just keep that in mind when you think about Donnie Mitchell. So those are all the sort of big names out there at the moment. And we can, I don't know, we'll talk about those in the next week as it gets a little bit closer. So keep your eyes and ears open because those will be the names being tossed around for the next 10 days. Good times. All right. Hey, you remember how the Boston Celtics won the NBA title? I do. It was only the other day. So we're always going to do a winners and losers from the NBA Finals. And that's what we're going to do right after, let's say, this.
This is Cam Glidden.
This is Anthony Drimmick.
This is Mitch McCarron.
This is Jason Kadee.
This is Darryl McDonald.
Hey guys, this is Hugh Greenwood.
Yo, what's going on? This is Illy.
This is Mark Worthington, or commonly known as Wortho, and you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
All right, let's do it. Are you ready for some winners and losers from the 2024 NBA Finals? Now, I really enjoyed this because I was stoked for Celtics fans. Banner number 18, very cool, very happy. I also find that Celtics team, let's start with a winner then, shall we? Obviously, the Boston Celtics. Cool. They are this weird mix because they're obviously a homegrown team in Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. And Peyton Pritchard and Sam Hauser, sure. They also traded in and traded away and traded back in Al Horford. He was there the first time round, fucked off, got paid by Philly, love that, came back, off they go. They trade another homegrown talent, Marcus Smart, for the extreme Zinger meal. Drew Holiday goes out as well for another homegrown talent in Robert Williams and co. And El Presidente, Malcolm Brogdon. So there's a little bit of an awesome mix. And I think this is kind of the winner here is roster building. And that sort of goes to Brad Stevens, the Celtics head honcho, et cetera, putting this team together. But I kind of love the mix, right? Because from a roster building point of view, Brown and Tatum, I love that they overcame all the queries, qualms, and quandaries. Can they play together? Do you have to trade one of them? Do you have to blow it up and start all over fucking again because they've hit their fucking peak? Brad Stevens went, that's fucking stupid. Shut up, idiots. How about we just get a fucking 7'20" Latvian and a fucking defensive-minded point guard who could win Defensive Player of the Year each year, and another dude in Derek White who everyone fucking loves and can do a little bit of everything, and average Al Horford comes back, and we'll turn him back into above average Al Horford. That seems like a good plan. Everyone's like, I don't know, Brad, is it? And all they did was go fucking 81-20. Or no, 80-21. Bloody hell, that's not bad. That's good roster construction. So you look at someone like Denver as well. That was kind of their vibe. We've drafted Jamal Murray. We've drafted Nikola Jokic. Hello. And then they go and add to that core. They drafted Michael Porter Jr., of course, but then they trade for Aaron Gordon. They bring in the notorious KCP in that trade. And you're like, this is pretty good. A couple of their extra little signings helped them win the title last year. I think anytime that you go, well, you see, there are different ways to build a roster, Is there? It sort of feels like you have to fucking make sure you're drafting the right dudes, obviously, and then sort of just building the pieces out in the smartest possible way around them. Because if you think about even that Bucks team, right? They trade for Giroux from the Pelicans, but they already had Giannis. They'd had Middleton for a million years as well. He originally started on the Pistons or whatever. But they'd sort of built around Giannis and that sort of core. They brought in Brook Lopez, this sort of stuff. It was kind of the same vibe, drafting the superstar. And you look at the Mavs and you're like, ooh, they're almost there because they drafted Luka. And then they sort of put the bits and bobs around him. They trade for PJ Washington. They bring in Derek Jones Jr. in the free agency vibes. They draft Derek Lively. They draft Josh Green. They bring in Dante Exum and they do the trade for Kyrie. It sort of makes you sort of look at a team like the Lakers where it's just like, who the fuck was drafted by the Lakers? Austin Reeves? And then you're like, D'Lo was? Yeah. And then he fucking went on a massive tour all the way around the NBA before landing back in LA. The Celtics just look cool. Like, it's just a really cool team that they've built. And this is like, I think everyone sort of like talked their way back around and going, oh yeah, this team was historically fucking dominant. They're awesome. And I'm there with them because they were wicked. They were really bloody good. And they deserve all the kudos they're getting, which is a lot. So good job, Boston. Hanging number 18 up in the rafters. Oh, jeez. I think the big thing for, like, on top of that, though, it's crazy to think they had won one title since 1986. And that was that 2008 KG, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen team, which I know, look, a lot of folks in my generation, that Boston LA series in 2008 and then back in 2010 as well, like, that sort of came with the rise of like, we could actually have fucking league pass over here and shit like that. So we saw, you know, the explosion of interest back over here in Australia, which is kind of nice. So I always love that 08 team. I just love KG though, so because he's a lunatic. Other winners, Jaylen Brown. Oh, geez, Jim, do you think the finals MVP is a bit of a winner? Yes. Oh, fucking, do you want me to start it up? Ring-a-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding. Oh, duh! No fucking shit, dickhead. Like, of course he's a winner. He won the fucking finals MVP. He also won the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Very cool. But why is he really the winner? Well, he justified the contract to the point where we can't shit-talk him really anymore. It's like, ha-ha, dickhead, you got the fucking richest contract in NBA history and you can't dribble with your left hand. Ah! And he's like, Jim, shut the fuck up. Finals MVP. And you're like, yeah, well played. I haven't won a finals MVP yet. So Jaylen, but seriously, Jaylen Brown going, hey, haters, how my balls taste? And you're like, salty. So there you go. Good job, Jaylen Brown. Awesome run by him. 25-5 through the finals. And I sort of hit on this in the rap show the other day, right? That I thought my MVP voting probably would have still gone with Giroux because I think he was the backbone of that team's success. He just had like a couple of down games, so maybe he would have gotten there. I would have gone with Brown over Tatum because everyone's like, oh, Tatum's like the first dude to like lead his team that won the title in like fucking points, rebounds, assists, and not in the playoffs and not win finals MVP. Yeah, because it's not a fucking playoffs MVP. It's the finals MVP. And they played 5 games, and in 3 of them, Tatum was shit. So yeah, Brown should have won. Good on you, Jaylen Brown. Legendary gear. Love that for him. Just absolute justification of the contract. Straight off the bat. Other winners. The haters. Oh, I love the haters. How good are the haters? I'm an equal opportunity hater. I hate all your teams. I also love all your teams. I'm a man of duality. That's how I roll. But the haters still get to now go, ha ha ha, Jaylen Brown won finals MVP. Is there trouble in paradise because Jason Tatum didn't win it? That is a great argument for the haters, of which there are many. I love that. Because there's no way you can not prove it. They won the fucking title. There's clearly no problems. Or is there? That's awesome. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Obviously, another winner is Jason Tatum. He's also going to pop up again in a second. Hashtag spoiler alert. But he was awesome and he's won a title. He forever now basically gets to be in the top 5 conversation right now. Can you win a title with Jason Tatum as your best player? Yes. Very fucking clearly, because they just did. I would like to see his game expand even more. There are still sort of like some question marks. It's like, all right, let's see it. But the thing is, he's a winner because, let's see this, a bit of circular logic here. He's a winner because he didn't win finals MVP. What's that? What's that you say? Oh, over here, is that a carrot? Oh, yes. This is why I feel like Boston is such a good vibe to go back-to-back. I said the same thing about Denver last year, but they just did not have the depth, obviously. Boston keep their core intact. And they've got Jason Tatum. When he gets to the playoffs again next year, he's going to go, I'm fucking winning finals MVP after we win this title. And you're like, oh, yeah, shit, he probably will, won't he? That is an awesome character dangling in front of a dude like Tatum, who if he had won finals MVP in his first winning title run, you can sort of see him going, all right, I've done it, baby. Check this out. Because he's a weird dude. But anyway, I love that he's got a carrot in front of him for next year. Other winners, Al Horford. Above average Al Horford. Why is that, Jim? That's the best fucking story on this Celtics team, I reckon. I love Al Horford. 17 NBA seasons, the third most games played without winning a title ever. 1,264 games, 186 playoff games. He's not won a title. Bloody hell. He's 38. That's so old. You know, I'm older than that, but still. I could still win finals MVP. Prove that I can't. But seriously, he's like one of the few remaining dudes from the 2007 draft class, which, again, when you're my age, you still remember most of those dudes in that draft because it's the Odin Durant draft and that awesome Florida team that Horford took to back-to-back NCAA titles with Joakim Noah and co. Mike Conley is still playing, KD, Al Horford, Al Jefe Green, and Thad Young. That is it from that draft class. It's fucking nuts. I love it. Good on him. Al Horford, great bloke. Everyone loves him. He's now an NBA champion. That is a fucking big win. Derek White and his teeth. Why his teeth, Jim? Well, you got the fucking awesome photo of him missing half a fucking tooth, having a big old smile on his face because he won the NBA title. That's legendary shit. I love this for Derek White because, look, he got to San Antonio, did Derek White, after they'd already had their success and was just like, whoa, fuck. Am I ever going to win a title? Ends up in Boston. The perfect dude to put next to Jrue Holiday. The perfect dude next to Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and Al Horford and co. Love that. But he could have also, you know, he would have just been that other guy on that team as well. He's really good, Derek White. But because of the fucking tooth, you've got that legendary photo. That's a massive win for him. Jrue Holiday, he's a winner, obviously. He's a two-time champ. How quickly do you reckon he messaged Giannis going, ha-ha, sucked in, you Greek fuck? Like, just right off the bat, he would have gone straight to it. 100% his first message is to Giannis, right? Going, oh, yeah, didn't want me around, eh, fuckhead? Bang. Jrue Holiday, love it because everyone just now realizes he's probably going to the Hall of Fame, if you think about it. He's a two-time champ, one of the best defensive point guards of his era, scored a fuck ton, has been on two really good teams to win the title. That's awesome. Peyton Pritchard, he's a winner because he hit that fucking half-court three. That dude never has to buy a beer in Boston again. Unfortunately, if you are a short white guy in Boston, you could probably just go, dude, I'm Peyton Pritchard, give me a beer. And the bartender's going to like, fuck, it might be. Shit. Can I see your ID? And it's like fucking, I don't know, Murph Sullivan. Oh, dude, it's just a name I use. Come on. Yeah, Peyton Pritchard. He looks like every other fucking dude from Boston. I've been there a bunch, stayed there tons. It's a tough one for him. But, I mean, he's basically Boston's spirit animal, isn't he? Yeah, I like that. All right, but that three that he hit at the halftime buzzer, absolutely amazing. Sam Hauser, there's another dude who looks like every other dude in Boston. Fucking hell. He's at least a bit taller, so he could walk into a bar and say, dude, it's Sam Hauser. And he's got a great Boston name. Hauser. Dude, it's Sam Hauser. Love it. He's going to be stoked. All the beers you can drink for life. He's also going to get paid so much money. I don't think anyone realizes how much Sam Hauser is going to make in the future. He's going to get that Duncan Robinson fucking riz. Like, he's going to be all over that shit. He's like, oh, you want a white boy shooter who's a little bit taller than everybody else? Hello. Off he goes. Joey Muzz, championship coach. That dude, it turns out he watched The Departed before the night before Game 5. Even producer Gerald's laughing at this. He's like, dude. Wait, that's the Boston guy. Let's go back to Joey Muzz. I fucking love you, Jimmy, man. I'll tell you what, Jason Tatum. You know what I watched the other night instead of The Town before Game 5, bro? I watched this fucking movie called The Departed, bro. It is the fucking sickest fucking movie, man. It has got fucking Who's it got in it? It's got fucking Matt Damon. It's got fucking Mark Wahlberg, Marky fucking Mark, bro. It's got the other fucking dude. What's his name? Leo fucking DiCaprio, bro. Fucking yes, this movie is the fucking best, Jason. I've got to show it to you, bro. Hey, we won the title, man. Let's go hang out some more, right? That's going to be fucking awesome, bro. I love Joey Muzz. He's a lunatic. And now he's a championship coach. He can be as weird as fuck. Like, do you know how much of a license to be as weird as shit this is for him? He's like, bro, I'll do fucking jiu-jitsu. I get choked out. I was coaching the entire fucking playoffs with a fucking torn MCL, bro, because we lost this game to Milwaukee, man. And I went on the mat, I did some jiu-jitsu, and I fucking tore my knee up, man. And I still fucking coached the rest of the time. Everyone's like, you're insane. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm a little bit fucking weird, eh? He can be as weird as shit because you know it fucking works, bro. I fucking coached you to the title, eh? This is awesome. Joey Muzz, the lid is off on how weird Joey Muzz can be, and I am here for it. Brad Stevens, talk about a winner, never won the title as a coach, moves upstairs, ostensibly an easier job, right? You don't have to travel as much. You still got all your scouting and shit, but you're making the big top-level decisions, and you've won a title. Like, that's fucking great. You've laid the groundwork. Like, you get to sit back and go, I'm fucking Pat Riley, but Boston Pat Riley. That's awesome. Now you got to win, another... How many did Pat Riley win? Fucking, how many rings he got? 7? That's a lot. Bob Cousy, he's a winner. Why is that, Jim? Well, he's not dead yet. He's 95 and he fucking saw another Celtics title. I did want to throw that Jerry West did pass away last week just because he didn't want to see another Celtics title. I did say that. Oh, no, I didn't say that. I said that it would be distasteful to say that. There's a difference, right? But Bob Cousy, that's fucking awesome. 95, gets to see another one. Just a bit of a shame that Bill Russell missed out. Adam Silver, he's another winner. Oh, yes, Jim, I'm a massive winner because I love it when the Celtics win. We don't mind that white money. That's where it's at, isn't it? Oh, God. No, that's awesome. Look, in terms of, I don't think this is ever going to be a ratings bonanza, this one, because like Dallas, they weren't a dominant team all season. And even though Luka is like this ascendant superstar and Kyrie Irving is there as well, with Kyrie being such a weird fucking toxic dickhead for so fucking long up until this year, it feels like his level of superstardom had sort of, plateaued over the last few years. And then sort of everyone went and forgot about Kyrie. And so it wasn't quite the hypiest of hyped up matchups that you could get. And I think if they do it again next year, it'll be fucking massive. But yeah, Adam Silver's like still stoked that Boston won. And tanking. It's a big win for tanking because remember, I was shitting all over Dallas last year for tanking out of the play-in to keep their draft pick. The draft pick that they then used on Derek Lively, who helped them get to the finals the next year. So A, I'm a fucking moron. B, they're legends. C, tanking rules. Basically, I think they had no fucking shot at the title last year with the team that they had, right? But at the same time, the Lakers from the play-in made a Western Conference Finals, and I feel like that's what you got to do to have a shot. But that draft pick has turned into something wildly more valuable than probably getting bounced in that fucking play-in game. So good job by them. All right, there's a lot of winners. My favorite one, though, the Lativian gangbanger, Extreme Zinger meal. That's right, he's now forever a supercharged zinger. That's right, Kristaps Porzingis. He's the first Latvian to ever win an NBA title. Quell surprise. But, just think about this dude's last year. Less than 12 months ago, he was in fucking Washington on, the worst team imaginable. He's just like, this is fucking bullshit. Fucking Washington is fucking shit. Fucking, what? I've been traded to the Boston. Fucking nice one. Fucking off he goes. And, in a surprise twist, those Celtics fans, they love a big white guy. Who could have seen that coming? Except, I don't know, fucking everyone. Anyway, but they love Porzingis. Love. He fucking loves them too. And this is if you take it back to what this dude has gone through, those Knicks fans booing the pick and then going, wait a minute, this guy's fucking awesome. We love him. And then turning on him again because he was a bit shit and was always hurt. And these Boston Celtics fans fucking love the guy and now is an NBA champion despite getting hurt as per fucking usual. He's an NBA champ. That's fucking awesome. But what a year. He was on Washington and now he's a champ. What a turnaround. Great job, the extreme Zinger Mill. Do you reckon he just sent a picture of his ass to Luka as well? He's going, yeah. How's that one taste? Fucking. Losers from the NBA Finals. Oh, geez. The Mavs, obviously, because I think the Boston matchup for them was always going to be hard. I still reckon like a Denver or a Minnesota would have been a tougher matchup for the Celtics. The Mavs, the perimeter defense just wasn't sort of built around trying to stop both Tatum and Brown and all those three-point shooters. And on the flip side, the Celtics could easily cover Kyrie with fucking a multitude of dudes. Luka still obviously got off the chain, but couldn't shoot for piss for a bunch of it. The thing is, they're only losers because they lost the series, which is obvious. But this is a surprise trip to the finals, basically. Like, they had this team for what, a month and a half before the playoffs, and then went on a finals run. That is a fucking awesome, awesome base to build on. Between Luka is 25, you got a 23-year-old, our man Josh Green. You've got Derek Lively. You've got Gafford, who's 25, I think, as well. You've got a couple. PJ Washington's only 25. Like, he's been around a million years and he's not that old. Like, the only really old dudes are like Kyrie and kind of Dante. Tim Hardaway, the lesser, piss him off. But I feel like the Mavs, you can look at their problems and go, right, if we can get one more fucking wing who can play a bit of defense but is actually a dead-eye shooter, we are laughing. So, I don't know. As I said earlier, Klay Thompson, kick the tires. Luke Kennard, who knows? Off we go. I mean, their defense is a bit fucky now, but at the same time, add one more shooter to that Mavs team. I'm fucking loving it. Luka, obviously a bit of a loser because he copped it from fucking, what is it, pole to post or whatever. Copying it from all sides. After the most of the playoffs have been a coronation how fucking great he was. You got Windhorse going, this dude's out of shape. It's like, yeah, all right, Brian Windhorst. What's that? Is that some sort of glass house? What have you got there? Is that a rock? Oh, jeez. I wouldn't throw that. Anyway, it's like saying, geez, Jim, are you allowed to criticize people for being out of shape? No. I think Luka was in perfect shape, he says, having a sip of definitely not beer. It's actually coffee. I'm so fucking hungover still. Brutal. Anyway, Luka is a loser from this one, but he has gained immeasurable amounts of, I think, experience and probably knowledge in like, what the fuck do I have to do to get over this hump, right? And you think about Dirk in 2006 after they lose to Miami, and then in 07 after they lose to the Warriors, and he goes fucking walkabout here in Australia. He's like, that's fucked. What am I doing? And he just like dedicated himself even fucking harder at getting better and better and better and better and better. And you can sort of see that with Luka. And I feel like Luka's still got upside, like, which is fucking crazy considering he's like, what, a top 3 player in the NBA. So, yeah. I just want to know if Luka got to finish that beer, though, that Michael Finley took from him. Do you let him at least have one now? Come on, Michael Finley. Kyrie. That's a loser. Because that Boston thing got real and it got weird. And that's one of those things where you're like, is that in his head? Or is it just them playing defense? It's like, oh, well, he dropped fucking 35 on them at home. How much more sage could he burn? I'm just asking. But the Boston thing is like, it is now weird. What, he's 0-9 or whatever the fuck at the Boston at TD Garden after stomping on Lucky. But you know how I feel about fucking tempting the basketball gods and basketball karma. I don't fuck with that shit. Kyrie, you fucking brought this on yourself, you idiot. Like, sucked in, dickhead. At the same time, he's probably a bit of a winner because I think Boston now just go, we beat you. Sucked in, dickhead. We can probably all move on. Happy days. Jason Kidd. There's another loser because it blows my mind. Well, it doesn't really blow my mind that much because I have watched Jason Kidd quite a lot. But to be using 11 dudes in game 3 of a fucking NBA Finals, going with the pattern and, hey, what's this? It's a shovel of shit. What happens if I throw it against the wall? Bang. What's sticking? Oh, none of it. Like, what are you doing? Like, that's horrible coaching. Like, how do you get to a fucking game 3 of an NBA Finals and go, maybe I'll play Maxi Kleber. Maybe I'll play Tim Hardaway. I'm definitely not going to play Dante Exum that much. Question mark. If they play Dante Exum more throughout that series, if he averages 18 minutes a game, do the Mavs have more of a look in? Yeah, nah. Maybe a little. Don't know. Still, Jason Kidd, just to not have that figured out. Like, he was a really good coach, I think, for most of this year. I think a lot of his defensive stuff was really, really good. I think he was really well served by that Lakers stint that he had. Really helped him learn and grow as a coach. I still think his decision-making at times is wildly fucking suspect. And I do wonder if, like, this is sort of, towards the end of that series, if Mark Cuban was still in charge of this Mavs team, whether or not he'd be like, hey, Jason, just fucking come here and don't play 11 guys in game 3 of the fucking finals, you idiot. He's like, yeah, I'll pay that. Yeah. Okay, Mark. Hey, there's another loser, Mark Cuban. He's like, I'm the fucking smartest dude ever. Oh, fuck, we just got killed in the finals. He also sold his team and has been pushed out the door after saying halfway through, no. Look, yeah, I'm a minority owner, but, like, I still run everything. And then the owner's like, no, you don't. Fuck off. I hope you noticed this as well, because if you didn't notice it, I definitely noticed it on your behalf. Cuban, larger-than-life figure. I've got a lot of time for Mark Cuban. I think he's a very interesting dude. At the same time, if you're going to sell your team and you're a fucking shark on Shark Tank, wouldn't you wait until after you've sort of done all this, made the finals? You've probably cost yourself $500 million by not, like, selling it now. Like, what would be the asking figure earlier this year when you're like, fucking Kyrie, ticking time bomb, bro. Luka, that dude loves a beer. He's like Jim, but Slovenian and good at basketball. And Cuban's like, no, I'm the smartest guy here. I'll definitely take this amount of money. So, but I still get to be in charge, right? They're like, yes, Mark, definitely not in contract. All right. So, yeah, that's a bit of a loser vibe from there. Deuce Tatum. Jim, how can a small child be a loser? This is my question. Deuce Tatum, did he just have the best fucking night of his life? Right? Like, Jason Tatum, the amazing photo. I fucking love it. Jason Tatum throwing Deuce up into the air. It's an incredible photo. It's like absolutely everything you want with your kid. But if Deuce Tatum's not good at basketball, like, how do you ever top that? You're fucking 7 or 8 or however fucking old he is. Like, that's a tough fucking mountain to climb. It's like, hey, geez, Deuce, are you happy on your wedding day? He's like, I mean, this is almost as good as the time my dad won the NBA fucking finals. I was just hanging out in the court with everybody. Now I'm a 24-year-old accountant. This is shit. Right? I'm just asking questions. Jason Tatum's personality, also a bit of a loser. Wow, that dude is a fucking void. We did it! Okay. That's not exactly iconic like Kevin Garnett. Anything is possible! Love that. That is awesome. We did it! Yeah, you did. He is the most painfully fucking uninteresting dude in the world. And then even afterwards, like, what are they going to say now? It's like, they're probably going to still say the same shit, Jason. Fucking hell. Wow. He is just a painful dude. The photo is awesome. The kid is great. I love it. Fantastic stuff for that. But he's just a weird personality vacuum. Knicks fans are losers. Jeez, Jim, where did this fucking drive-by come from? Well, they've just had to watch not only Boston win a title, but Kristaps Porzingis win a fucking title. Knicks fans are like, I'm walking here. Bang, sideswipe. The Lakers fans and the Lakers, also losers, stop being fucking weird. Oh, we won an in-season tournament banner. That doesn't count, you fucking absolute casuals. That's embarrassing. Like, Kobe would punch you all in the fucking dick if he was still here. He was like, you want to count the in-season tournament banner? Bang, dick punch. That's Kobe. That's his response right there. I'll tell you what, that is just absolutely absurd. And also, other losers, they won the title, but the Boston Celtics. Geez, Jim, how could they also be losers as well as winners? World champions. World champion Boston. Gerald, producer Gerald. Now, Can you be the world champions of the National Basketball Association? Because I don't know. I personally would posit that it's the National Basketball Association, not exactly like if it's the IBA, then it's the International Basketball Association. I love people who defend it. Oh, where do all the best players play though? In the NBA. It's like, yeah, but it's still a National Basketball Association. I don't fucking care if it's like the best players. It's still not a world competition. So fuck off with your world champion. We literally have Germany winning the world championships like a year ago. Like fucking whatever, dickheads. Shut up. World champions. Look, I love Americans, but I also fucking hate Americans. World champions. We're the world champions of our national league. Great job. If the AFL came out and the Sydney Swans were the best team in the last 50 years, the greatest team we've ever seen, obviously, once they absolutely like curb stomp everybody and win the AFL title this year, you'd be like, yeah, we're the fucking world champions of the Australian Football League. It's the same fucking thing. You're insane, you idiots. Shut up. The big loser, though, the final one, IME UDOKA. I hope it was worth it, IME. Look, absolute awesome all-time rooter vibes from IME UDOKA. Like, anytime you're like, you know what I really like? Rooting. And he's like, that is what I'm all about. So, hey, IME, do you like also coaching basketball? He's like, yeah, but I really like rooting. So it's going to cost me my job. And you're like, oh, that's a bit tough. Did the team then go on to win the title 2 years later? Yeah, but fucking tell you what. It's a good root. That is a tough one for IME UDOKA to swallow. I don't know how tough it was for her. All right, that's enough of that. Settle down. Let's take a quick break, come back with the top 10 finals rankings right after this.
This is Nick Kay, and you're listening to NBA Straya.
All right, let's do it. Let's rank some finals. So we've hit on most of the stuff that we wanted to, right? So winners, losers. I don't like. There's other sort of like fan bases and shit out there where you're looking at it and go, winners, losers, cool. Like Mavs fans, whatever. It might feel like a missed opportunity for them, but I feel like they're good enough to still be in the mix next year. And that's in the Western Conference. That's all you can sort of ask for at these points. So good on him. But Matty O, the legend, Matty O, sent through a good one. He's like, Jim, this final series is shit. Yeah, nah. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, kinda. Like, Boston were really fucking good. And Dallas very clearly quite didn't have the answers there. They win game 4 in a blowout. It's a bit strange. Everyone could sort of just go, sure. But they then turn around and get their ass kicked in game 5. So where does that one rank in the last 10 years? Well, let's rank all 10 in the last 10 years. So I had to count on my fingers because, again, I'm a math magician, Gerald. So I had to go, 2024, 2023, 2022, 2021, 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015. Oh, fuck, 2014 was 11 years ago. That's fucked. But there's been 11 finals, right, since the 2014 finals, which makes sense. Those 14 finals were really fucking good too. Because that was the year that San Antonio went, hey, check this out. We're fucking better at basketball than anybody's basically ever been. They smashed the Heatles. They ended the LeBron era in Miami. Incredible year. And the year before that, 2013, that's the fucking Ray Allen shot that they win in Game 7. So that's at Game 6, that one. They go out and win in Game 7. And it's an incredible second title for the Heat, all because Ray Allen hits a just patently absurd 3. Awesome final series as well. Spurs and Heat back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's also what made the 14 Spurs run just that much more impressive because that was a heartbreaking fucking loss. But the most insane thing to me, in the last 10 years, we've had one single finals go to 7 games. One. You might think that in 10 years we'd have 2 finalists who would actually go the fucking distance. It's happened once. A lot of that, though, is sort of like to do with like injuries and weird fucking shit. So let's start at number 10. That would be the 2018 Warriors over the Cavs. Why is that, Jim? It was a sweep. This was a really, really fun moment, though, in this series. It was the Game 1 J.R. Smith game. Remember that? LeBron doing this one to J.R. You should be watching the YouTube because I just did a really good LeBron. J.R. going, oh, dude, I smoked so much weed at halftime. I don't know where the fuck I am. I don't know what the score is. What do you want me to do? And everyone forgets to blame George Hill for just not hitting that fucking free throw. Anyway, KD hits a dagger 3 in Game 3. He also hits a dagger 3 in Game 3 in 2018. And it's like, off we go. Oh, no, in 17 and 18, right? So he's just like, I'm a Game 3 specialist. Check this out. But 18 was just, LeBron played the best fucking game you'll ever see, basically, Game 1 of that series. And then the rest of the series was fucking shit, and they got killed. So, number 9, 2019 Raptors over the Warriors. Oh, geez, Jim. You're going to lay the boot into this Raptors fucking title. This is really special for Toronto fans. As a casual fan, it sucked because the Warriors just kept losing dudes. Clay goes out, KD gets hurt, and the Warriors are just dead men walking. And you're like, fuck. Those playoffs are really fun, like the way that they knocked out the Sixers and shit like that. But yeah, like beating the piss out of like a half-existing Warriors team was not that great. So they won that 4-2 in the end. But yeah, pack her up, boys. That was all over Red Rover. Then we had, wait a minute, I've got a double up here and there somewhere. Good job, me. Let's try to figure it out. 2017 Warriors over the Cavs. They smashed them. This was KD's first title. Game 1 and 2 was smashings, and then they have the dagger 3 from KD. But this was, because it was 4-1, it sort of still felt like the Cavs. You had LeBron versus KD again for the first time since Miami versus OKC. Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty great. It's like the 16 Cavs are the greatest, 16 Warriors are the greatest team ever, basically. The 70 fucking 3 win team. And then KD jumps to this team, and they have to go and win the title, and they do. It's a pretty good one. It was at least vaguely competitive 4-1, but that game, like Game 1 and 2 were the smashings, but the Game 3, just KD dagger was like, oh, fuck. That's why you get that guy. That makes sense. I get it. So not bloody bad there. I'll pay that. What else? We then have the 2022 Warriors over the Boston Celtics 4-2. The Celtics led it 2-1. And then the Warriors just sort of figured them out, and it wasn't that much fun after that. There should have been a tighter series, but that Boston team then, a couple of years ago, just wasn't as good as this one and didn't have all the counters for the Warriors, so it was a bit of a shit one. Then we have the bubble. That's right. Remember that one? The Lakers over Miami. This is high up. This is this high up. Even though it was fake basketball and this title doesn't count, it was wildly entertaining because we had nothing else to fucking do, especially in Melbourne, right? So the basketball was weird as fuck. The Heat weren't too much chop, but you still had, Bam and Jimmy versus LeBron and AD, and it was kind of fun. The rosters weren't great. The bubble, though, it was such a weird and wonderful thing that the series itself was kind of okay, I guess. 2021, Bucks over the Suns, 4-2. That's right, Ascendant Giannis drops 50 in the decider. They win 4 straight, the Bucks. They were down 2-0. First 2 games in Phoenix, they won both of those, and then boom. I think they were like the 6th ever team to win 4 straight in the finals. So very cool. It was also the first finals in 10 years without Steph or LeBron, which is pretty crazy. But that was a good one because Giannis, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, dominating. It was a fun series. It was a weird finals. But again, it was only 4-2, and the Suns sort of just fell apart. 2015 Warriors-Cavs, a.k.a. the Delhi series. I love the Delhi series. Warriors just ended up smashing them without Kevin Love and Kyrie on the Cleveland side. But there was legit drama. It was like 2-1 after the Delhi Game 3, one of the classic games of all time. But the Cavs starters by the end of the series in Game 6 was it Game 6? Yeah, would have been. Mozgov, Tristan Thompson, Aman Shumpert, LeBron and Delhi. Like, that is rough as guts. And it's still really weird that Andre Iguodala won the finals MVP. I would have given it to LeBron. Do not care. 2023, Denver over Miami. Mostly because the Jokic, Jamal, Jimmy Butler, Bam matchup was really fun. And Denver just played so fucking well that all you could do last year was sort of go, geez, that's pretty bloody good, isn't it? It's pretty bloody good. Yeah. I mean, look at this fucking series, man. Like, Denver are just fucking great. And they just steamrolled them. Boston over Dallas, 2024. We watched Brown and Tatum mature in front of our eyes. That was actually the one that I'd skipped over. So that was ranked ahead of the bubble. And so now, yeah, there we go. So that was number 5. Bucks over Suns was 4. Warriors Cavs 2015 was 3. Nuggets Heat 2023 is number 2. And then number 1, Cavs over Warriors 2016. The only one that's gone fucking 7. What a goddamn series that was. I still remember it was on this day, 8 years ago, on this exact day. I remember where we were. We'd been drinking. We had this awesome fucking beer hall in Brooklyn. Everybody's standing up at their tables just watching that last fucking fourth quarter of Game 7. The Kyrie shot, the LeBron block, the Kyrie shot, the Kevin Love defense on Steph Curry. It was just absolutely everything you want from an NBA Finals. And that was obviously the best of the last 10 years. So I could probably go back and do like 25 years at some point. That's probably a more fun one. Yeah, we might do that at some point next week. Just rank all the last 25. Because there's been some fucking doozies, a couple of stinkers, but still, very good. All right, I think that might do us, though. That's been about an hour. Good gear. We will be back next week, so I better fire up the music. There we go. We'll fire up the music. We'll be back next week. We'll start doing some more free agency and draft stuff. We'll actually go through all the free agents, sort of rank them up into tiers and all that sort of shit, what we expect, what we think could happen. Maybe some potential trades, and we'll start doing a little bit of draft gear because free agency obviously happens after the draft. But the draft stuff, look, you sort of kick the tires on it. We'll break down some of the people that we sort of like. So we'll combine a bit of free agency and draft stuff up until the draft, which is, the end of next week. That'll be fun. Seriously, it will be. Trust me. I'm not a medical doctor, but I know what I'm talking about. But the draft is going to be really good. I mean, everyone's like, oh, the draft is shit, and then we all talk ourselves into the draft. The draft, in terms of talent, might be a little bit down. We get that. But the draft is still full of drama and fun, weird shit. And we've got Aussies. Let's fucking go. So that's what NBA Straya is all about. Anyway, so free agency draft vibes coming up next week. That'll be very fun. We'll also probably have some more newsy sort of shit popping off with all the incumbent free agents are able to chat with their existing teams. It makes it a lot more fun. So we'll talk all that out next bloody week. Throw some trades out there as well. Maybe just some potential. Where the fuck should this guy actually go, Jim? I'll tell you what, I've got some ideas. All right, so until then, remember you can follow NBA Straya on all the socials, Facey, IG, Twitter, TikTok, all the good shit. And what is it? Yeah. AFL Today Show as well. That's a good one too. Myself and Statsboy doing the Thursday night team show in just a second. Just working hard on my birthday, Gerald. This is fucked. Tell you what. Jesus. Anyway, AFL Today, Cricket Today podcast, Football Today podcast, hold all tickets, NFL Australia as well. Everything. Sports. Just fucking sorted, mate. We've got your back. Check us a rating, review on your Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, whatever weird app you use on your Android phones. Just rate, star, subscribe, whatever you got to do. Grab your mum's phone. Subscribe, star, like, comment. Go, I fucking love Jim. This is definitely not some dude's mum. You know, that sort of shit. Go fucking hammer and tongs. It'd be awesome. Get around nbastraya.com/shop. Get your merch. And big thanks always go to From Oslo for the intro and outro song They Rule. So to House Hatch, Joshua De Laurentiis, Fascinator, Gold Mines, Ramshackle Army, Iowa, Sex Jedi, Green, Dozers as well for all the tunes. You hear them throughout the show. So smash them on Bandcamp, Triple J and Earth, Facey, Apple Music, Spotify, whatever. NBA Straya Sports Australian band, so should you. No skit to finish off the week, but we'll be back, I reckon, probably Tuesday next week. Because, what have we got? Supercoach on Monday, Gerald. Tuesday, a couple of meetings and shit. I reckon I've got an Arvo spot where I can do this. So that'll be fun. Trust me, it'll be good. All right. So we will catch you then, you dickheads. This is NBA Straya saying, look after yourselves, would ya? Have a great weekend. Congrats to the Boston Celtics once more. Hope they enjoyed that winners and losers. I'm not shitting on Deuce. He's a good kid. But what tops that? All right. Look after yourselves, would ya? And later, Hosanna!